I'm going to show you how to make tuna bread rolls. For this recipe, I have 400 grams of bread flour, 180 grams of all-purpose flour or plain flour, 10 grams yeast. I'm going to use a teaspoon of salt, 50 grams of sugar, then 90 grams of butter, 2 eggs, and 130 milliliters of water. To start this recipe, I'm going to add the bread flour into a mixing bowl with the plain flour, and then into that going to add the yeast and the sugar, and going to mix this before I add the other ingredients. While mixing, I'm going to add the butter. Next, going to add the 2 eggs and a teaspoon of salt, and after going to add the water little by little until it makes a nice smooth dough, and I'm going to knead this about 10 to 15 minutes. When you are kneading the dough, if you find it little crumbly and not enough water, add a little bit more water into the dough and knead that about 10 minutes. When the dough is ready, put it in a greased bowl and cover with a damp cloth and leave it in a warm place until it doubles in size. Now the tuna bread roll filling. For that I'm using 2 cans of tuna. You can reduce the amount of tuna if you like to and fill a little bit, but I'm going to fill nicely the tuna buns. So I have 2 cans of tuna and nearly 1 cup of finely chopped spring onions and half a cup of cheddar cheese and 2 eggs, salt and pepper. So what I'm going to do first is to add the eggs and the cheese and going to mix this several minutes. So I added the salt and pepper too. Now into that going to add the spring onions, and I'm going to put this in the fridge until I come out with the bread dough. So this goes to the fridge for several minutes. So the tuna bread roll dough is ready. So what I'm going to do is going to flour the bench top and take it onto the bench top. This dough is a little bit sticky, so what you have to do is flour the dough and flour your hands before touching it. So after, take the dough and cut this into equal size portions. So cut it in half, then cut it in 4 again, and then you can cut 1 into 3 if you like a smaller buns. If you like bigger buns, you can cut that into 2. So this will give 12 tuna rolls. So what I'm going to do is going to roll the dough first. After making balls, add flour onto the bench top and take one bowl and press it down and make a circle. Use a rolling pin to make circles out from that. Once you have made the circles, put the dough to the other side, because the flour side into the bun. Next, take a big spoonful of tuna mix and put it in the middle like this. If you like, you can cook the tuna or mix a little bit of vegetables, then add a little bit of water around the edges of the dough and then hold them together and take both ends to the top like this. When you add a little bit of water to the corners, it sticks nicely. So roll the dough and use your palm. Don't press it down, just roll it over and put it on baking trays. And again going to leave this to prove until it double in size. So the tuna bread rolls are ready. So I'm going to brush the tops with a little bit of milk before I put that in the oven. 180 centigrades, about 20 to 30 minutes. And if you like, you can sprinkle some sesame or poppy seeds on top. I finished making the tuna bread rolls, and actually it is really hot, but I cut one to show you how it looks like. And it's full with tuna, and you can serve this as breakfast or even kids lunch boxes or even your lunch box. And I hope you will enjoy this. Thank you for watching.